Hi guys, in this video I'm going to give you a tour of the Chichen Itza Deluxe tour. I'm going to show you the benefits, the advantages. I'm also going to give you some tips when you take this tour. I'm also going to show you two things I've never seen anybody else talk about, but I love watching different videos about just the history of this place. And then at the very end, I'm going to give you my personal interpretation and my opinion of the whole tour. So anyways, ready to join along? All right, let's go. Hello friends, before we get started, there was a couple things I forgot to mention, and when I videotaped this yesterday, I wanted to mention those really quick. Most importantly is what to expect when you're taking this tour. First of all, just remember this is a cultural and historical tour. They basically bundled 3 tours in one just to kind of give you the most bang for your buck. And I also want to remind people that the tour is scheduled to change depending on weather and a number of other elements. For instance, the first time I took this tour, it was the exact opposite. We did actually Chichen Itza first, then we did the Cenote, then we did all the cultural stuff, and then the Valladolid at the very end. This time they did a complete opposite, so I don't really know why they change it sometimes, but they do. The next point I want you to remember is that the initial bus ride is over 2 hours long. I think I mentioned this in the video, but there was a couple people that were just starving, they were hungry. I ate before the meal, so I was fine, but I kind of felt bad for them. But luckily when we stopped at the first town, Valladolid, I always say that wrong, Valladolid. Anyways, everybody got food. Literally half the bus came back with food. So there are plenty of chances to get snacks and souvenirs and things like that. But like I said, I ate before. I kind of knew what to expect, but some people didn't know that. So anyways, a couple of alternatives. I was talking to a friend of mine today, and he asked, what are some alternatives to taking the tour? And a couple of them are, one, you could fly a plane out there. There's a couple different regional airports. Literally, there's one in Cozumel, one in Holbox, there's one in Playa del Carmen. You can pretty much fly there from anywhere. Each of the little planes have, each of the airports have their own planes that will fly you directly to Chichen Itza. So that's one option. Second is you could rent a car, and then third, you could hire a personal tour. The one thing I do advise, and the one thing I always recommend, is I do advise taking a tour guide when you're in Chichen Itza. I see so many people just wandering around aimlessly. They really have no idea what they're looking at. Like I said, guys, I'm kind of like an amateur archaeology nerd. Like I know quite not a lot. On a scale of 1 to 10, I probably know like a 4 out of 5, but it's definitely more than most people know about Chichen Itza. And I still love learning like other people's perspectives, their opinions, and really the tour guide's personality. So I always recommend hiring a tour guide when you're there. You'll just get so much more out of the experience. I've taken other tours. I've been to other places without a tour guide, and I'm just like, well, okay, that looks cool, but I have no idea what that is. But highly recommend getting a tour guide. There's even, like I said, even if you take one of the other options, there's tour guides outside the place that you can do that. But anyways, another option that he was asking about is, I told him, you could stay in a nearby town. You can't cut the distance between Chichen Itza and Cancun or wherever you're at in the Riviera Maya. But the only thing you could do is stay closer by if you want to. That also gives you more time to explore if that's what you want to do. Just less travel time. Like I said, the tour is a long day. It started at like 7 a.m. and it ended at like 9 at night. So it is a long day, but I knew what I was getting myself into. But some people don't. Sometimes when people sell these tours, they're like, oh yeah, they don't mention all the good and the bad. They just kind of mention the good. But that's why I'm letting you know. But also, one thing I forgot to mention is the tour I took yesterday, we actually have a special offer for you for watching this video. We actually negotiated a price with the tour company, so you can go visit, take the Chichen Itza tour, the deluxe or the plus, whatever they want to call it that day, where it includes your water, juices, or beer, whatever you want to drink. It just makes it one less thing to worry about. So you just literally show up and have fun like I did. But now you know. But enjoy this video. I really hope you like it. It's literally so much fun. I love taking these tours. But if you have any questions, let me know in the comments. But enjoy the video. All right. Okay, guys. So we're here in Valladolid. This is one part of the tour, and I want to give you guys a couple quick tips. Now, first of all, make sure you bring extra money for snacks, for souvenirs, things like that. Or you might want to also bring snacks and drinks for the trip. To get here from Cancun is about 2 hours. But by the time loading, things like that happens. You know, it just really depends. And also you want to make sure that when you are here, that you only get about 20 to 30 minutes. So just enough time for sightseeing, for quick pictures. It's not typically time to go wander and things like that. But if you have any questions, let me know in the comments. I think. Alright guys, now we are here in the Cenote part of the tour, where if you don't know anything about the cenotes, they're an underground river system here in the Yucatan, and they're actually the largest in the world. We're here today. Some people are going to swimming. I'm choosing not to, but you obviously can, so I do recommend you bring a swimsuit so that way you can go swimming. I brought one, I just don't feel like doing it today. But check it out, it looks absolutely beautiful, and I'll show you some footage of it down below. Alright guys, so here we have what's called an open cenote. As you can see, it's an opening in the water. Here in Texas we call that just a swimming hole. But what's really cool is the water filtration system. As you can see, there's water dripping down there into the water there. That's how the water gets filtered into these cenotes. And like I said, it's just a huge underground water system here in the Yucatan Peninsula. But really cool, wanted to check this out.
Manki makingot atala shimbatona yung kimbelai. Belashana kay may atawetelesh int atush kunoch in titulakal shantitesh int atush kunoch kustal shambvi shantitulakal int atush kunoch in. Manki makingot kay may atawetelesh. ¿Todo quedó claro?
Bastante.
Buen día a todos ustedes. Mi nombre es Balam. Hoy tengo el privilegio de darles la bendición a cada uno de ustedes. Pero antes de darles la bendición voy a necesitar a 5 personas dentro de este grupo. Espero que la persona que me indique tenga la posibilidad de pasar aquí conmigo.
There's some pastor here. We have balas de ensalada, salad bar basically. We have some more entrees over here, which is Mexican cuisine. And then over here we have more Mayan cuisine like cochinita pibil. So, and then over here we have just more food over there. So lots of options for you guys here. So you'll definitely like it. Guys, this is the serpent's head that if you come during the winter or the summer solstice, you will see the snake forming right there from the shadows there. And this is La Catedral of Chichen Itza, so pretty cool. So this is the stadium. If you look right here, there is color remaining. They said that the color of the stadium is really bright red colored here, and then with mixed with some white, but that's really the only color that's left. If you look over here, that's where they had to knock the ball into. As you can see, the wall is huge. There was about 40 meters in between the two sides of the stadium here. Some people call it the ball stadium, soccer stadium. And here's the end of it, where other people went into the stadium. But very huge park. This is actually one of the biggest parks here in this part of Mexico. But as you can see, it is massive. And up there is where the nobles would sit. And over here is where they said the commoners would sit, or the less, I guess not as noble people would sit, but definitely worth checking out. I wanted to show you really quick. It's really hard to see, but inside the walls here, you can actually see the sculptures of what was going on. And obviously I'm trying to find the one I was, the most important ones, but there's a bunch of them here. You can see them. Can't find it right now, but definitely come check this place out. There's lots of really cool stuff, lots of really cool echoes for you to enjoy when you're checking out this part of the tour. So this is the part of the wall I was trying to tell you about. So as you can see here, the teams are both lined up, and it's really hard to see in person. On the phone it looks a little bit better, but basically the winner looks like it's sacrificed because there's 6 on one side and then 7 on the other, and then the head in the middle. So they're saying that the winner was sacrificed as as his ascension into the afterworld, because they believed in reincarnation. So pretty cool things to look at. Obviously, like I said, this is part of the tour. You can see that guy's face there. And then as you move around, you can kind of see more details. But believe it or not, I can actually see it better on my phone than I can here in person. So if you like sculptures and if you like stuff like this, you'll definitely like this part of the tour. Okay guys, so this is the part I was telling you about. Now the reason nobody talks about it is because nobody knows. So if you look, this looks like the top of a temple here. They don't know if there was another city underneath. They don't know who actually built it. You know, they attribute this to the Mayans, but in reality, there's another temple inside the temple. And if you look to the far left-hand side, in order for a temple to be restored, they have to use actual parts from the actual temple. So over there, it's not as pretty as it is over here because they had to take away bricks or stones from over there to make this look pretty. So that's the really cool thing about this temple is, yeah, they fixed it, they made it, they renovated it, but they had to use actual stones from the actual pyramid. And like I said, they had to take it away from there. But this part is nobody knows about it. Nobody talks about it because it's all hearsay. There's no way to prove it. Nobody's dug it up, nobody's looked at it, nobody's researched it. And if you look over there to the right, that is where when the sun comes up during the equinox, it comes up through the middle there, and in the middle there's a statue or a sculpture of where people said there were human sacrifices, but actually what it was the sun coming up. Was there human sacrifices? We don't know, but that was also where the sun comes up, which meant a rebirth, a re-life. So there was so much what we don't know about who actually built the pyramids. Even though we attribute it to the Mayans, there's so much more about history that we don't know. But thank you guys so much for joining this tour. I hope you appreciated it. Thanks.
Hola.
Hola, gracias.
Hola, 20 pesos a 20.
Esto vale 10, esto vale 200 pesos. Esto vale 20.